Renaissance man. It's a phrase with roots to, you guessed it, the Renaissance. The term itself is only about 100 years old, but its concepts, its ideals, date back centuries. This phrase is used to describe someone who has an unquenchable curiosity, or a feverishly inventive imagination. Those are both quotes describing one of the first textbook examples of the Renaissance man, Leonardo da Vinci. These are outliers of society, creatives who are so passionate and so intent on fulfilling their visions that everyday viewers and listeners can't even begin to comprehend the capacity of their perspectives. Recognition takes a backseat to completion. Doing what's cool and normal doesn't matter as much when it comes to the concept of fruition. When a given idea, whether it be words on a page, music through a speaker, or film on a screen, happens exactly the way it was supposed to happen, nothing else matters. 21-year-old Kevin Abstract, born Ian Simpson, is a Renaissance man. There are many ways to describe Kevin, some being that he is a rapper, singer, songwriter, director, actor, and the unofficial leader of the hip-hop boy band Brockhampton. The concept of being an outlier is specifically relevant to Kevin's life. Time and time again, he's discussed a certain lack of representation through his eyes of the world. A representation that has been helped by people like Donald Glover. Childish Gambino helped show a young Ian Simpson that he was not alone in the world. Glover is one of Kevin Abstract's many creative influences. Others include the likes of Kanye West, Tyler the Creator, Jaden Smith, Pharrell Williams, and more. I'm sure you're starting to see the pattern here. These are all people who at one point have been knocked down. Renaissance men who have continued on and gone through their crazy journeys to help break the mold in more than one way. While these people share similarities in certain adjectives to describe them, brave, clever, innovative, and more, the most important thing to remember is that they're all their own people. Another one of Kevin's influences is Steve Jobs, and this, in a strange way, is also very apparent. Like one of the biggest companies on Earth, Brockhampton began as something minuscule, an idea by close friends that, through their hard work and perseverance, has grown into what it is today. The mixtapes, albums, merch, tours, and the upcoming full-length feature film, these are all meticulously thought out by Kevin and the boys at Brockhampton. On Viceland's show about Kevin's first solo tour, American Boyband, he discusses the concept of seeing what his fans look like. Very much a product of the internet, Kevin's success is engulfed in this unique concept of identity. Remember that he's only 21 years old, and much of his rise occurred during his late teens. This is someone bursting at the seams with ideas, visuals, sounds, and he's growing up at the same time he's fulfilling his dreams. Where he once was a kid with barely anybody who looked, acted, and sounded like him to learn from, he's become that role model for people just like him. This is on a bit of a side note, but James Franco is someone who I'd also put in that category of a Renaissance man. And something that I haven't touched on enough is that these creatives, these dreamers, are not exactly rewarded for being different. Throughout his career, James Franco has indeed had many successes, but also countless box office bombs that have seen him get laughed at and made fun of. Him and all the other dreamers that I've mentioned so far have felt this pain. A pain that is translated into his new movie, The Disaster Artist. This movie is a biographical comedy drama about the making of The Room, which has been often described as one of the worst movies ever made. Franco directs and stars as the director, writer, and star of The Room, Tommy Wiseau. James Franco chose to tell this story because in a lot of ways he is Tommy Wiseau. Tommy's just another passionate dreamer whose work was ultimately trashed and made fun of, and became famous for those reasons alone. This timeline could have happened with any of the internationally known superstars that I've described. People mock what they don't understand, and James Franco's love letter to Tommy, the disaster artist, is a pat on the back for his bravery in trying to express his vision. Just imagine what it's been like for Kevin. I can't even begin to fathom the strength that it must have taken for this kid to take this massive risk of pursuing music with his friends. There's always been so much creativity flowing through Kevin, but there was always the risk that none of it would work out. The likelihood of these thoughts and these dreams coming true were 1 in a million, but nevertheless, he kept on going. So while, like the James Francos, the Kanye Wests, and more, Kevin Abstract's vision has ultimately been very successful so far. But we have to realize not only the greatness we see in front of us right now, but all the hard work, courage, and perseverance that got him to where he is today. At 21 years old, Kevin has a long list of accomplishments that should not be taken lightly. He's the mastermind behind one of the most critically acclaimed groups in all of music, and by the end of the year, they will have put out a box set with 3 albums, a compilation of demo tracks, and a behind-the-scenes DVD. Kevin also has an accomplished solo career on his own with 2 beloved albums, and in general, all the work he puts in for Brockhampton is truly magical. So, to Kevin Abstract, the Renaissance man, I just want to say that I appreciate your vision. I'm thankful for the doors that you've helped open, and I can't wait to see what you do next.